Welcome to Curiosity Unleashed. I am very honored today to have Anna Boxer with me. Anna, thank you so much for joining me.
You.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
It's great for me to talk with you today about, we just mentioned words, but energy is the the feel of the conversation, I think, which is such a big term. Yeah.
It is. It's so big and it's used in so many ways.
Mm.
And I guess my 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 I feel like it's more energy as communication really.
Yeah.
Um, because we yeah, energy has too many associations with healing and all sorts of things, but my journey with energy is more in the communicative way. So when we get below words,
Yeah.
beyond words,
Yeah.
then we can communicate through energy. And it sounds so woo woo.
But it's not because it's connection, isn't it? It's
It is
true
connection. It
connection.
is connection. That's right. And I've sort of been on a long journey really, because my previous life or world was very much within words. It was word driven.
Mm,
And when I stepped out of that, I found um, communication opening up in a completely different way. And the words were just in the way for that.
yeah, yeah,
And I found when I started with Susanne Gamache, that's quite a few years ago now. Um, I was just longing for something that would make my life go forwards without having to use all these words that
yeah.
became limits and a bit fear driven.
Mm,
Um, I think my journey started with me opening up to emotions, because we get so focused with words created in our brain. There's nothing wrong with words,
no,
and there's nothing wrong with our brain,
no.
but it's more if we can get beyond it and look at it for what it is and find the energy instead. That's where a completely different connection opens up.
Mm. You mentioned your previous world, which was very different to the one that you've chosen to kind of move into now. I love somewhere I read you saying, almost a recovered academic or a
Yes.
recovering academic.
Yes.
Um, and there's definitely a lot of words, but there's also a thing that interests me around English or having more than one language to have a base from. We both, English is my second language. I think it's your second
Yeah.
language as
Yeah.
well,
Mm,
um, which I think gives us a different awareness of the limitations of understanding through language,
mm,
because there's so many different meanings. A lot of
mm,
the English language that I learned was from a dictionary when I was small. So
mm,
where those words were used in a different way, and I had to find the underlying meanings and the the yeah, the colloquial uses of these things, and it kind of does give you a bit of an awareness, a stepping away of, okay, how do I communicate what I need to say instead of using the right words.
yeah, that's absolutely right. I'm Swedish from origin, so I came here 25 years ago and
Mm.
started working within a very academic world, where the language and the words were all weighed on a golden scale, and
Yeah.
it was very, very important,
Mm.
and I loved it in so many ways. But it's like I couldn't read between the lines,
That's it. Yes.
um, and and I think with with having that experience, you're absolutely right. We
Mm.
all use other methods of communicating. We all know that. We use body language
Yeah.
together with our words. But
Mm.
what we don't realize is that we all use energy
Hmm.
as well. And
Yeah.
this is so important. There's nothing special with me, there's
No.
nothing special with anyone.
Yeah.
Everyone has this language. We've just forgotten it. It's like a muscle we've forgotten.
Yeah.
And I remember when I started working with P. Horsley, I don't work with her, but I was taught, and I went to start working with myself together with her.
Yeah.
Um, she's an animal communicator, and it was there that I realized that everything I'd learned about this muscle of that's called energy and intuition, or whatever word you want to use with it, um, was actually something that was already there. I didn't have to learn anything. I just had to stop learning,
Yeah.
and it was there.
Yeah.
I had it, but it wasn't until I sat back. And
Mm.
when you sit back, then you open a channel, and
Mm.
animals are really, um, really good trainers. We're so
Yes.
human centric. People would say
Yeah.
this. We're very human centric in our way of looking at the natural world or the animals,
Mm.
and we're above them, etc. But when we are on an energy level, that hierarchy that we create doesn't exist.
Oh,
And
I love that. Yes.
and the respect is sort of completely, you cannot communicate without that open respect, which you find on that level.
And which is all around us all the time. I was talking to my husband thinks I'm nuts, but I was telling him about a pigeon that came to chat to me yesterday outside the window, and it was such a clear and direct communication. I mean, there's no words in that kind of communication, but we were, it was just so lovely. And
Mhm.
I always wonder why, why are we thinking that we need to be disconnected from the trees, the pigeons, the crows, the magpies? They're all around us all the time. Um, and they know we there. I mean, it's yeah, it's sad for me that we've created this world where there is um disconnect between us and the environment we inhabit.
I think it's um, like most things, based on fear a lot of the time.
Yeah.
What if we could get advice from everything around us? What if we open that channel? What would happen? Well, we would lose some of the control that we have created by being on top of everything. So,
Thought we think we have control.
well, we don't, but
No.
that is what we've created. We
Yeah.
created a thought
Yeah.
that we are in power
Mm.
of everything else. And if we drop that thought, God knows what would happen. Well,
Yeah.
this is fear. This is the
Yeah.
fear.
And yet, I mean, this is a lot of our actions and the way that we show up in the world is based in this fear, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is how we handle grief, how we handle loss, how we communicate. I mean, it's present in our work environments, in our home environments. Parents thinking they need to control children, or schools thinking they need to control learners, or it's so sad that the awareness of this removes us from not just what is around us, but also ourselves, because we can't then, as you said earlier, kind of go into, to kind of step back and release ourselves from these expectations almost.
No, that's right. And I that's I started working with the Walters method, which is a body-based psychotherapy, um, uh, quite a few years ago now, and in that you work through these emotions, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I am working as a practitioner in that as well, so I would say that.
Mm,
But it's really a way of understanding
mm,
and feeling in your body how you can drop through all these emotions and open to all those. And nearly everything is fear based.
yeah.
So we hold sort of that shield of fear around us to protect us
Yeah.
from something.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of our energy. And if we
Yeah.
can just drop through that and open up, open up, open up, then those control um, needs and the
Mm,
fear that is on us because of that is just they don't have any power over you anymore. That is the thing. And there you get freed.
yeah.
And in that you can find that kind of it's not like everything stops. I don't believe in this that everyone is looking for absolute freedom or absolute happiness, or in whatever
Yeah.
way they can they climb and try to find different ways.
Yeah.
It will always come towards you. But if you've found that grounded energy in you, then you're coming from a different place to meet those things. And it is in that grounded energy that you can find communication with other people's souls, whatever it is.
Yeah.
People, animals, nature, anything. It
Yeah.
is the same. It is the same.
It is the same. It's interesting you mention kind of freedom and release. The new season in the Wisdom Seekers is called Freedom of Release, and it is energy is kind of our first exploration into this not concept, but I think process that we as humans practice. At at some point, I think we realize some of us realize that there is um, release or freedom in release, to release the thoughts, to release each other, to release ourselves from what we think we should be or how we think we should experience the world, maybe, um, and to just be in this expression and experience of this lifetime.
It's absolutely simple. It is just be.
Mm,
And to just be, you just need to be still and
yeah.
open.
Yeah.
That's it. And how you do that is you can be guided in how to do that. But in the end, it's about be still,
Mm,
open, and just be. And in there is this unconditional love that
mm,
is the flow in which you can communicate.
mm.
Call it energy, call it whatever you want, but that space, which is very spacious,
Yeah.
is the key to
Yeah.
connecting.
That's
Oh,
it.
mm.
Yeah. And it sounds so simple, but I don't know if it's conditioning or if it's, I think we mentioned it in our pre-chat a little bit. But we're so used to or told that we must be busy. You must, you know, um, show your knowledge, learn more, do another course, heal yourself, fix the problems. Um, and it becomes a constant reminder of failure almost, because I don't
Yes,
know if we all ever get there.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I don't know if you followed Gangaji ever.
No.
Oh, I'll give you the link to
Yeah.
Gangaji. Put it. Gangaji is amazing, and I won't introduce her. You just have to find her yourself. But she talks, and she says just this: just stop,
Mm.
because what you're seeking, you already have in your pocket. It's the
Yeah.
diamond in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's it. And to try to be busy. So this is the normal question. Are
Yeah.
you busy? Um, yes. Oh, good. Then you're successful. Yeah. Oh God. You
It's
know.
not, you know.
No, I'm not busy. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not busy.
Yeah.
Busy is a way of a strange way of measuring success in our society, isn't it?
Mm,
And it's also a very efficient way of avoiding
exactly.
emotions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And connection, because if I'm always running around, I'm never just sitting and, seeing you or listening or absorbing your energy, because I'm have to be at the next place, or I have to. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and sit still so you can see better. That's what it
Exactly.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's hard. It's not easy. And I'm not saying that is easy. In a
Mhm.
society we're very conditioned to be like that. And we've been told from very early ages that that is how we should be.
Yeah.
But what I would want if I wanted to have an agenda would be to turn one person, help one person only,
Mm.
to just be able to sit still in their energy, finding that true core energy of yourself.
Yeah.
Because imagine if we all did that.
Mm.
It would just turn so much around. It
Yeah.
would be such a change for
Mm.
yourself first,
Mm.
and then everyone around you and the planet. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be transformational.
Yeah. It is, because I love how you say close your eyes so you can see better. It's also, be quiet so you can absorb this space that you hold.
Mm.
There's so much power, or I used the word power earlier too, but it's um, there's so much grounding in silence, in where we don't need to express ourselves to be seen. I think it's a big human need,
Mm.
to be seen and to be heard.
Mm.
But that can also be done in silence. I think, and that's where that energy comes in as well,
Yeah.
as to, am I connected to my own energy? Because then
Mm.
I become louder almost in
Yeah.
my silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing experience, isn't it? Both you and I have experienced this when we sit together, even if it's on a screen, we sit together in a room with four or five different people. We have never met in reality. I don't know what your legs look like. This is the world we live in, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we sit there and we have all the same, more or less, with
Yeah.
our own interpretations from our own cultures or where we're coming from,
Yeah.
but we can find the similarities in what we receive in that.
Yeah. In silence.
In silence, in
Yes.
absolute silence.
Yeah.
And that is sort of the same feeling that I would have from a wolf pack who's hunting. They are far, far away from each other in the
Mhm.
woods. And still, on the leader signal, mental signal, they all attack at the same time.
Yeah.
It is that kind of the energy interaction, communication, connection
Mm.
that we have as humans, and that we it's just so empowering when
It
you
is.
find it, isn't it?
It is. And I mean, um, my mom loves sending me this story. She sends it to me quite often about the elephants. I think it was, I can't remember the man's name now. I've got the book as well. But when he died, all the elephants on the reserve came to his house and surrounded. They knew that he had passed along, that he'd gone, and they mourned him. But no one told them. No one went out and said, it is this connection that we have with each other, that isn't bound by screens or phone calls or
Mm,
messages. We are connected. We can
mm,
communicate with each other,
mm,
um, which is amazing. I mean, it's like
mm,
magic
mm. And still so natural.
and so natural.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I know people find it magical when when something like that happens, like it has happened in our circles.
yeah,
But I really do feel strongly that it's so natural to all of
yeah,
us. It really is.
yeah.
Then some it you know some people will have it harder to find it. I've seen that through
Mm,
the Walters method. If we're very trained in our brains, like
yeah,
the academics
yeah,
often are, not
mm,
all of them, but many of them, then it's harder to
go.
drop past that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it is all part of letting go, isn't it? Letting go of that ideas of how it is, how we communicate, how we connect, um, how how energy works. And the more I say energy, the more I realize the connections that we've now created to this word, because it's so much more than this little
Yeah.
box of whatever energy means to you.
Mm.
Um, but it's this invisible thread almost that we have been disconnected from, through our lives, through the busyness, through
Mm.
um, yeah, learning,
Mm.
unlearning. There's a lot
Mm.
of unlearning that happens uh,
Mm.
as to the possibilities.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And we can't get away from that. I mean, we live in a society, and the society has created rules to function,
mm,
and we get it gets pushed onto us, which is part of being a human.
yeah,
And there's no point fighting things like that. But there is also another world within us
mm,
that we can all access,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that makes a huge difference in how we interact and connect to each other.
yeah,
And that's what it is.
yeah.
And when that opens, the world looks different. And that's it. That's it. And
That's it.
then what you do with that
Yeah,
is completely up to you. And it's not about getting people to become energy healers or anything like. It's just
yeah,
to connect to that because the world does change
mm,
in front of you, and it's so much richer and
yeah,
so much more full. So
yeah,
why wouldn't you? Why
yeah.
wouldn't
There's also the an understanding is and yeah, I find a understanding in um, the fact that I'm not limited to my physical body only. I'm affected by other people's experiences in this other plane. You know, there's a lot of sadness and grief and loss, and it
you?
affects me. Um,
Mm,
even though I'm sitting in a tiny rural village in, Derbyshire, um, being a participant or a part of this world, I'm affected by this world and the people in it, which
yes.
which creates this bigger picture, and how we aren't separated from each other, which is
Mm,
quite empowering in itself, but comes with, I almost want to say a price, but comes with things that we then also need to deal with, that emotions aspect of, some days I'm really sad and I need to be able to embrace that as well.
absolutely. And I think this is one of the the sort of a little bit of a shell shock that I had when I found this connection with was that, oh gosh, what's going to happen now? Am I going to be overwhelmed? Am I
Yeah.
going to feel too much? And I think when you open in love, which this
Mm.
field is really,
Yeah.
then you always open to all sorts of emotions that comes with that. It's a vulnerability that you're
That's it.
talking about,
Yeah.
which can be scary,
Yeah.
but it isn't actually you, because if you have the support from others
Mm.
to sit with these emotions and to open to these emotions and not hold them away, then they will never stick on you. They
Yeah.
don't stick with you. You don't drown in them.
Yeah.
They flow, and they flow through you. If you can let them in, you can let them out.
Yeah.
But if you don't acknowledge them, then they will stick. And that is the problem. Or you will constantly fight to hold them out. And that will
Yeah.
zap you from energy and overwhelm you.
Yeah.
So um, this is very much what we work with in the Walters method, because you're absolutely right. It is one of the main reasons that people never get to this center of themselves is
Mm.
that they've been taught to box emotions away and throw the key away and all these kind of things.
Mm.
But um, I'm not saying that people should just do it themselves, because sometimes you need someone to hold your space whilst you're in there.
Yeah.
And we're all connected in this, and that's the thing. There is always someone to help you hold the space.
Yeah. So, the Walters method, you've mentioned that a few times.
Yeah.
Is this is your main modality that you use? Um,
Yes, I would
yeah.
say it is. Now, yes, it is. The Walters method is my main sort of method, because for me, and everyone has to find their own. I'm not saying it's for everyone,
Yeah.
but for me, it's definitely been the way to be able to sit in my emotions so that I can find my true voice,
Okay.
which is the inner voice, and it's true. But not only that, is how to find it, but then have the courage to follow it.
Mm.
Because a lot of people will, from different methods, find their inner voice,
Yeah.
the intuitive voice, the critical voice, whatever we call it. That voice is not that difficult to find,
Yeah. No.
but to
No, it's not.
to go through the emotions
Mm.
and find the core grounded truth, that open spacious part of you where you can come from
Mm.
and act from a different perspective,
Mm.
that the action of it, that's where you need the courage, and that's where you need the to be able to find your own voice and stand in it. And that's how I found it in the Walters method. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have found what I feel is really important to me, which is P. Horsley. Her way of teaching animal communication is amazing. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have found my way of working with other people
Mm.
and wanting to get this out. I wouldn't have found Gangaji or any of the others. But other people will find other things that will be their thing forward. This is my, this is where I am.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to find that um, voice, the
Yeah.
energy, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
step out there and take what comes towards them with a feeling of I'm safe
Yeah.
because I am here. It's amazing. It's
Mm.
great.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me more about the Walters method. I've popped the link on the
Yeah,
screen, um, but it sounds very interesting, and I think this is the thing about the world, and my perspective. I think in wisdom seekers is that there isn't one answer. There are many clues in different places that resonate more for some. Um, but yeah, we've fragmented ourselves in such a way that certain things are very um, unlocking. What's the word? Kind of, it unlocks a different world for us just through doing that, and I think that then brought you to these other aspects of animal communication, connecting with the Akashic records, which is a
Yeah,
different thing that we both did with Suzanne,
yeah,
and it opens the world of possibilities, I suppose, because those possibilities are endless, really, once we start um, embracing the courage to step into another way of thinking or looking at the world.
exactly. It's just a warning not to get lost in looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because again, it's already here.
Yes, exactly.
We
Exactly. But
already
the
have it.
wisdom is inside, isn't it?
Already
We
have it.
bring
Yeah,
it. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
And
exactly.
there's there can be an I think it was what's she called now? Oh, the Death Doula, who said, I'm an endless seeker of nothing to be found."
Yes. Yes. I think
And
I
that,
used that quote. You shared
yeah,
it with me, and it
yeah,
was
yeah.
lovely.
And I love that. In that we have to stop. We have to stop
Yeah.
because we already have it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Anna, thank you so much. I'm very
Thank
much
you.
looking forward to spending some more time with you in the Wisdom Seekers. You're going to host a wisdom workshop for us in October. I think it's the 21st. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And um, yes, thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for
It will be
you.
experiential, I will say. I will not use that many words.
I love experiential. Thank you so much. And if anybody wants to get hold of you, where do they find you?
Um, Best on my, I actually don't have a website up and
Yeah.
running. So best way is to email me or text me. Just reach me
Yes.
through that. Yeah.
Okay. I will do. I will do.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you.